Ooh, there's the bell. All right, time to chill.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo. All are welcome here. All gender identities, all sexualities, all nationalities and ethnicities, all abilities and disabilities. We welcome you all here to share this special time with us, whether you are here in person or on YouTube, whether this is your first time or your fifth time or your 50th time joining us. We acknowledge that this sacred space rests on the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee people who continue to call for justice and protection of these lands. My name is Rin Lightfoot, and with the rest of the youth group, I am happy to welcome you here on this special morning for our youth group service. We have a few announcements this morning. Cabaret tickets are available for purchase in the parish hall after the service. Come have a fun night out with wonderful music and help us reach our goal of raising $10,000 for the church's operating budget. We still have events and items available online from our Fun and Fellowship auction fundraiser. We've already surpassed our fundraising goal and have raised over $18,000. Help us break the record and reach our new goal of $20,000. If you came in through the parish hall, you probably noticed that the annual Women's Society book sale is happening now. Stop by after the service to get a great deal on some fantastic books and help support our church. Now, I invite you to take a moment to greet your neighbor. Find someone new to say hello to. Or, if you prefer to keep to yourself this morning and sit and listen to the conversations around you, you're welcome to do that too.
Has it been a minute? me know when a minute has happened because I cannot count. Let me know when it's been a minute. Yep. So I. Why you? I haven't even started. How about you stand up? Once I see some people sitting down because like everyone's standing. Come on, there's more behind the. Has it been a minute? Yeah, that's gonna take a while. I cannot hear you because there's so much. I'm still like, I have this trust in it. That has. Oh God. There we go. They have not settled down. Okay. Present to our interconnectedness, Spirit of life, Spirit of love, forever moving amongst and within us, we call out your name. We seek to know grace so that we might honor our interconnectedness this morning with each other and those who have gone before us. When we witness suffering in ourselves and in the world around us, may we know compassion. When we are at a loss for words, when we're unaware of the path ahead, may we be guided by this compassion to be witnesses still, to know and to feel the truth that this human family is broken, and that it is breaking with every life lost and with each time someone's dignity is denied. When we find ourselves exhausted and defeated, and unsure of where to go, may we keep witnessing, turning ever further toward your still small voice. And Spirit of life, remind us too that the experience of suffering does not close us off from the possibility of joy. May we know that our interconnectedness is a miracle, and may it be a refuge for us, felt in the voice of a friend, in the touch of a loved one, in memories of days spent in good company. May we remain grateful for the goodness we've witnessed and enacted in the world, and may the warmth of our lives together hold us in love as we move into a future that is as uncertain as ever. We ask, dear God, to know your presence, that it may remind us of what is sacred in each precious moment, even when in our brokenness, and may you teach us that the sacred presence too, that we might know ourselves here and now, that we may be present for this one wild and precious life. May it be so. Amen.
Please rise if you are willing and able to join in saying our chalice lighting words. A living tradition is not bequeathed through some law of inheritance. It must be earned, not without dust and heat, and not without humbling grace. Please remain standing to join us in singing hymn 188 in the great hymnal, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. And this one is around. So we're going to sing it all together once, sing the melody together, and then we'll split up into parts. So why don't we say, this is 1 over here, and this is 2, and then this is 3 over on the far side. So where the numbers say 1, 2, 3, that's where you're going to start singing the melody with the second time through the song. So the 1s will sing with me and Taryn, the 2s will sing with Helen, and the 3s will sing with Sean and Michael. So, all right, let's do this thing.
All right, good morning. So for our story this morning, we need a little extra congregational participation. But first, I'd like to invite all young people and young at heart to come forward and sit here with us for our story. That's okay, you can stay in the pews too, that's great. So we have a few words that I need a little help collecting to add to our story this morning. We have a bit of an ad lib. Yes, hello Harper, wonderful, thank you. You can take a seat. So the first word I need is, and this is, everyone can participate, not just those sitting up here. So the first thing we need is an adjective, a describing word. Callum. Ignominious? Okay. And next I need a beverage. Yeah. Shirley Temple. Okay, maybe you can get our next. So, can you tell me a type of a business or a store? Yeah, Harper. Absolutely, you can have the microphone.
How do you make this thing cross the road? A chicken head.
A chicken head. Can anyone give me the name of a business or a store? Vivian, did you have something?
The supermarket.
The supermarket. And then I need a food item. Alex? Chocolate. Okay, next I need a verb. Callum? Okay. And a noun. Let me come get you, Charlotte. Yep, shout for me. A cat. And then I need a number. 9. And another adjective. Superb. This story might make you laugh, Harper. We're trying. Okay, now I need a clothing item. Vivian. Sneakers. And a body part. Hands. And another business or store name. Kaylee, shout it for me. A surfboard shop. And another noun. What was that? Donuts. another number. Ellie. 3017. And a place. Vivian. The park. And another noun. Go ahead again, Callum. Appendix, okay. Oh, the part of the book, not the body part, okay. And another number. 39. And a measure of time. Hour. And another verb. What did you say? Swimming. And an adjective. I don't know what part of language that is, but okay. Sure. And last, another body part. Elbow. Okay, Logan, good luck reading my handwriting. You want to stand up?
Oh. This is the COVID ad lib. In the spring of 2020, the ignominious pause, in the spring of 2020, the ignominious pause was caused by the Shirley Temple virus. It shut down everything. You couldn't even go to the supermarket to buy chocolate to eat. If you did barf out in public, you had to practice cat distancing, which meant you couldn't be within 9 feet of anyone not in your superb family. Those who were out needed to cover their faces with sneakers and gloves to protect their hands. Attending sporting events and movies were banned, but the surfboard shop was packed with people trying to buy donuts for their bathrooms. It seemed everyone needed to have 3,017 rolls of toilet paper on hand just in case. The hardest part for those in the faith community was that worship services at the park couldn't even take place in person. People could only live stream on their appendix. Services typically lasted about 39 to 50 hours. Youth groups gathered on a chat service called Swim Video Conferencing. When we did finally get back in groups, it was so supercalifragilisticexpialidocious to see people hug and shake elbows again. The end.
And thank you all for coming up. You can go back and sit with your families again. We're all staying in here today, not going to RE, so.
Every week, our congregation takes a good portion of our Sunday morning offering and gives it away to a social justice cause outside our church walls. This month, we are supporting the good work of the Little Portion Friary. The Little Portion Friary gives homeless men and women a home-like setting and a sense of personal involvement with individuals who care about them. They depend almost entirely on donations and the efforts of volunteer workers. Those who volunteer work together as a team, without publicity, positions, or titles, so that guests can regain control over their lives. You can donate through PayPal by going to our website, www.buffalouu.org, and clicking on the blue Donate button. Or you can mail a check to the church office at 695 Elmwood Avenue. If yours is a gift to our Share the Plate ministry, please write share on the memo line, and it will be shared between the Little Portion Friary and the church operating budget. If yours is a welcome gift to our congregation, please write Pledge 2024 on the memo line. Either way, please write UUCB on the important line, and we will do the bookkeeping. Let's give from our hearts so we can transform the world.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby,
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Oh, no, 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 darling.
No wind, no rain, I know winter's cold, can't stop me, baby.
No, no, baby.
You are
Ever in trouble,
mine.
I'll be there on the double. Just send for me, oh, baby.
My love is alive, we're down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can.
Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough
To keep me from getting to you, babe.
Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough
To keep me from getting to you, babe.
to keep me from getting to you, babe,
To keep me from getting to you. Babe.
Waves by Ann Barker. The first wave came with urgency, a sudden knowing that everything must change. We wouldn't take no for an answer. We must all act differently, stop the danger, prevent the harm. And some of us, so many of us, thought that it could be okay. Things were different now. We knew better. It's the right thing. Do it for the vulnerable. Everyone is vulnerable. Until we noticed, one by one, that it wasn't different. Those in danger always knew. This isn't news. No one is ever safe until we are all in the game. That first wave never ended. Just our imagining that things would be okay. The next wave's the critical one, where we decide that dying for any reason is not a wager we can justly entertain for anyone but ourselves.
My name is Logan Gillette, and the COVID-19 pandemic started when I was in 4th grade. I remember hearing about it for the first time in my GT class, and I remember being scared. I thought we were all going to die. I thought everything was going to change. 4 years later, I believe that a lot has changed. I had to go through a small part of 4th grade and almost all of 5th grade sitting in front of a computer. I'm very grateful that I could still learn, even if it wasn't in person, but learning online definitely came with some challenges. I had a very short attention span 3 years ago, and I still struggle with sitting still in my classes. For me, focusing on a screen for 8 hours every day was nearly impossible. And I'm gonna be honest, most of the time, I wasn't focused. I would switch tabs on my computer to watch YouTube. I would listen to music instead of my teachers. But in the end, no one could really fail 5th grade, and although I didn't give my full attention to my classes, I still turned in my work and had straight A's. I did manage to forget how to do long division, but that's a story for another day. The main thing the pandemic took away from me were my social skills. For almost a full year, I was trapped in my house with my sister and 2 parents. I did go outside a lot, but I couldn't really hang out with anyone my own age. Yes, I emailed my friends and I could talk to people on Zoom, but it wasn't quite the same. 5th grade was also my first year at City Honors, which was a completely new environment for me. I didn't end up knowing my way around the school until at least 6th grade. 5th grade is also a very important year in your childhood. It's the year children start to develop the middle school urge of constantly wanting to fit in. It's also one of the most important grades for learning how to navigate social situations. For me, I lost a lot of my confidence. In 4th grade, I was a master at public speaking. I could get up on stage and speak fluently in front of hundreds of people. But when I went to school after the pandemic, I became the kid who was too scared to read in front of the class. I couldn't speak in front of anyone without clamming up or stuttering. I have gotten better. I mean, I am giving a speech right now. But I feel like COVID had a lot to do with my newfound shyness. And then there were masks. I was the kid who wore her mask all day, every day, even when everybody else had stopped. For me, my mask offered some protection. People could only see half my face, and that gave me a sense of power. I wore my mask for all of 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. It's only for 8th that I've decided to take it off. The pandemic was certainly an interesting experience for me. I've learned some valuable lessons, physical, emotional, and in some cases medical. I mean, at this point, we know all about COVID. I also feel like the pandemic gave me a lot of time to understand myself. Having some alone time offered some benefits that being in a school building might not have. As I said, it's 4 years later and a lot has changed. For better or for worse, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm a part of history. Someday I'll be explaining to 4th graders what Zoom was. Someday I'll find a mask in my basement and start cackling, or maybe crying. But I'm incredibly proud to say that I survived the pandemic, and so did you. Thank you.
My name is Caitlin Disick, and this is a reflection on social distancing. For me, social distancing was more than not seeing my friends for months. I believe that without this time of isolation, I'd be a very different person than I am now. In March of 2020, I was 11 years old. I was in 5th grade, and all I cared about was what was for lunch in the cafeteria that day. I was just starting to form real friendships with people, and still trying to figure out where I fit in. And then the world stopped. At first, I thought it was only going to be a few days. Soon, it turned into weeks, and then we hit spring break in April without ever returning to school. My 5th grade graduation into middle school was a drive through the bus loop, since that was all we could safely do. That transition into middle school is already one of the hardest periods for kids, but throw in a global pandemic, and it just becomes a mess. All this time to myself left space for me to explore interests that had been previously shoved to the side. I started drawing, painting, and trying to make jewelry. My sister and I would spend hours outside, drawing with chalk and making up games in the backyard. And even once I got my first real phone on my 12th birthday, my friend and I would spend hours just talking about books or musicals while we both procrastinated our schoolwork. Because if it was due at 11:59, why would we bother doing it before then? And I never realized how much that impacted me as a person. Because despite all I did to try to stay social, I still had a lot of alone time. I learned that I really enjoyed having that time to myself. I had to figure out how to manage my time so I could do what I wanted, but also get my schoolwork done on time. And while I wish I could say most of the time I spent up in my room was spent on schoolwork, it was not. Sorry, Mom. I'm thankful for that time of my life because how it shaped who I am now. I would never want to go back because I know there's a lot of bad parts that I have definitely forgotten. I lost a lot of friends due to that lack of connection. I was afraid of my family getting sick. It felt like as soon as I started to figure out what the world was, it changed all around me. In my eyes, the pandemic was a horrible situation that I tried to make good come from. It completely and undeniably made me who I am. I'll never know what I would have been if the world didn't stop 4 years ago, but I can only assume that that person is very different from who you see now. Thank you. Please rise if you are willing and able to join us in singing hymn number 1015 in the Teal hymnal, I Know I Can.
Please remain standing to join in saying our chalice extinguishing words. As we extinguish the flame of this chalice, may we carry its light with us into the world in the power of peace, faith, justice, and love. Thank you.
I wishes. March 1st, 2020. I wished I did not need to go to class and I could get up as late as I wanted. I wished I could have enough social distance from people I do not like. I wished I could stay in my room for the whole day and do nothing. I wished my loud, annoying, gross, and mean neighbors were all gone. I wish the community bathroom in my dorm can totally be used by myself. I wish the weather in Michigan can be warmer so I do not need to fight with the wind on my way to class. I wished I did not need to be in some classes physically, because even when I am in there, I fall asleep. I wished a lot. Now, I wish I could still go to class normally so that I could get some workout done when I walked there. I wish I could still meet and talk to people face to face, even if they are super annoying. I wish I did not need to get trapped in this tiny dorm room. I wish to see some people back on my floor. I do not wish those annoying ones back, though. I wish more people can share the community bathroom so it can get cleaned every day. I wish I could be in some classes physically, but I do not mean I like them. Even though I will still fall asleep, I do not want to stare at the laptop for the whole day. I wish a lot.